Bread, rice, potatoes. Doctors always say to skip them if you have diabetes, but let's be honest, these are everyday foods for most people, and telling you to avoid them forever just isn't realistic. But what if I told you that you can actually eat them safely without spiking your blood sugar? If you know the right science-backed tricks. I'm Dr. Leonard Javier, board-certified physician, and today I am revealing what the $8 billion blood sugar supplement industry doesn't want you to know. Simple food preparation and eating strategies work better than their expensive pills. And you don't need to give up the foods you love. The supplement industry would rather you stay confused and dependent, but since you're here, you're already ahead of the game. If you believe health information should be free and accessible, drop a comment saying, "I deserve the truth," because only those who profit from your confusion wanted to comment. In this video, I'll uncover 6 proven strategies that let you enjoy bread, rice, and potatoes without dangerous glucose spikes. And trust me, strategy number 1 is the most powerful of all. A simple trick that can reduce glucose spikes by 35% using the exact same meal you're already eating. And if you have family or friends who are avoiding their favorite foods out of fear, share this video with them, because so many people are unnecessarily restricting their diets and missing out on life's simple pleasures. Quick note, even though I'm a physician, I'm not your physician. So always talk to your doctor before making changes to your diet or medications. All the scientific references are in the description if you want to see the research for yourself. Let's start with the resistant starch method, one of the most powerful but least known tools for blood sugar control. Most starches, like bread, pasta, rice, and potatoes, break down quickly into glucose, causing rapid blood sugar spikes that worsen insulin resistance and strain your pancreas. But resistant starch is different. Your digestive enzymes can't break it down, so it travels to your large intestine where gut bacteria ferment it, producing short-chain fatty acids like butyrate that actually improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and feed your colon cells. Here's the trick. Take your usual starchy foods, cook them, then cool them in the fridge for at least 12 hours and reheat before eating. This process, called starch retrogradation, increases resistant starch by 150–200%, transforming part of the starch into a form your body digests much more slowly. Multiple studies show that cooling and reheating rice or potatoes can double or triple their resistant starch content. And clinically, this leads to 40–50% lower post-meal glucose and insulin spikes in people with type 2 diabetes. So you don't have to give up bread, rice, or potatoes. Just cook, cool, and reheat, and enjoy the metabolic benefits. Plus, foods like beans, lentils, chickpeas, green peas, steel-cut oats, and barley are naturally high in resistant starch and can be added to your meals for even more benefit. But what if you're eating out and can't control food prep? That's where the food pairing principle comes in. What you eat alongside your carbs can dramatically change your glucose response. Studies show that adding 25–30 grams of protein to a carb meal can reduce glucose spikes by up to 50% in healthy adults, and even more in people with diabetes. Dietary fat also helps by slowing gastric emptying, so food stays in your stomach longer and glucose enters your bloodstream more gradually. That's why rice and beans is better than rice alone, and potatoes with olive oil or grilled chicken is better than just potatoes. Adding acid, like vinegar, lemon juice, or fermented foods, further slows starch breakdown and improves insulin sensitivity. And here's a powerful hack. Eat your carbs last. If you start your meal with bread or rice, you get a sharp glucose peak, but if you eat protein and veggies first, then carbs, your glucose curve is up to 73% lower with steadier energy and less insulin needed. Clinical studies confirm that simply changing the order you eat your food can dramatically reduce blood sugar spikes. So next time you're at a restaurant, eat your salad and protein first, then enjoy the bread or rice. The next strategy is the movement protocol. Just 10 minutes of walking or light activity after a meal can lower your post-meal glucose by 12–22%. Walking activates your soleus muscle, a metabolic powerhouse that soaks up glucose from your bloodstream without needing insulin, and because it's made of slow-twitch fibers, it can keep burning glucose for a long time without fatigue. Even simple movements like cleaning up, climbing stairs, or standing can help, but walking is the easiest and most studied. The best time to move is within 15–30 minutes after eating, when your blood sugar is rising and your muscles are primed to absorb it. Recent research even shows that simple seated movements can improve blood sugar for hours, but walking remains the gold standard for most people. Now let's talk about meal timing, the circadian timing strategy. Your body handles carbs much better earlier in the day. Eating your largest carb meals late at night leads to higher glucose spikes, even if you eat the same food. That's because insulin sensitivity and pancreatic function follow a circadian rhythm, and by evening, your body is less able to process glucose efficiently. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, also reduces insulin secretion at night, so more glucose stays in your bloodstream. Studies show that eating carbs earlier in the day produces much lower blood sugar spikes, so try to eat your last carb-rich meal at least 3 hours before bed. This is why intermittent fasting and time-restricted eating work so well for blood sugar control. It is not just what you eat, but when you eat it. Next, the carb quality matrix. Not all carbs are created equal. Highly processed carbs like white bread, instant oatmeal, and pastries digest quickly and spike your blood sugar, while whole grains, intact kernels, and high-fiber carbs digest slowly and keep your glucose steady. Think of it like kindling versus logs in a fire. Fine flour burns fast and hot, causing a glucose surge and crash, while whole grains burn slow and steady. Fiber is the key. Choose steel-cut oats, sprouted grain bread, black or wild rice, and sweet potatoes over their processed counterparts. For example, white rice has a glycemic index of 73 and almost no fiber, while black rice is 42 to 45 with much more fiber and a gentler glucose response. Sourdough bread and sprouted grain bread are much better than white bread, and sweet potatoes are far better than russet potatoes. You can lower the glycemic index of any potato by cooking, cooling, and reheating it, and by pairing it with protein and veggies. Before we get to the final strategy, show your support by liking this video and subscribing if you believe health information should be free and not controlled by corporations. If you're tired of being told you can never eat normal food again, or of expensive supplements being pushed as the only solution, subscribe now. Only those who profit from your confusion won't subscribe. Now, the vinegar amplifier. Vinegar, especially apple cider or red wine vinegar, is one of the most powerful natural blood sugar regulators. Just 1 to 2 tablespoons before or during a carb meal can reduce glucose spikes by 20 to 35%. Vinegar slows stomach emptying, inhibits the same enzyme targeted by diabetes drugs, and improves insulin sensitivity in your muscles by up to 34%. It also reduces your liver's glucose production, and studies show that 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar before bed can lower fasting blood sugar by 4 to 6% the next morning. The best way to use vinegar is to dilute 1 to 2 tablespoons in a large glass of water and drink it 10–15 minutes before your carb meal, or use it as a salad dressing or marinade. Combining vinegar with the food sequencing strategy, starting your meal with a salad dressed with vinegar, then protein, then carbs, creates a powerful synergistic effect. Consistency matters more than the exact amount, and vinegar also increases satiety, so you feel fuller and eat less. Always dilute vinegar to protect your teeth and esophagus, and if you have gastroparesis, talk to your doctor first. So here's your complete action plan. Before your meal, drink diluted vinegar. Cook, cool, and reheat your starches. Never eat carbs alone. Always pair with protein, fat, and veggies. Eat carbs last. Walk for 10 minutes after eating. Eat carbs earlier in the day. And choose whole, minimally processed carbs. Start with 1 or 2 strategies and build from there. Consistency is more important than perfection. Even just eating your carbs last or adding a post-meal walk can make a huge difference. Layer in resistant starch, vinegar, and better carb choices as you go. These strategies aren't just for people with diabetes. Anyone who wants stable energy, better focus, fewer cravings, and long-term health can benefit. Blood sugar spikes and crashes aren't just a diabetes problem. They drive inflammation, aging, and chronic disease for everyone. By using these science-backed strategies, you're not just managing diabetes, You're optimizing your metabolic health for a longer, healthier life. If you found this helpful, stay healthy, keep your blood sugar stable, and subscribe for more real science-based health information. Not fear-mongering or supplement hype. Only those who profit from your confusion won't subscribe. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can eat bread, rice, and potatoes again. You just need to eat them smart.